What's up, Internet? I'm brownkidd.
And I'm YaYa.
And these are our top 3 comic picks for Wednesday, May 21st, 2014. First up, we have Original Sin number 2 from Marvel. This continues their big crossover event where someone kills the Watcher and steals his eyeballs.
I like it. When I found out who stole the eyeball, I laughed at his description.
The description is The Orb, Z-list supervillain with an eyeball for a head. The man who just changed the world. And he really does just have an eyeball for a head.
I think they're gonna go on more with the other group that are like investigating the whole giant parts in the other planet. So I'm hoping they go into more detail with that because I'm kind of confused, don't really know what's going on with that.
Who are you talking about? The people that are in the ground and underground? Yeah, they go underground and they find all these monster corpses that keep showing up. And I don't know how any of this is supposed to relate to the Watcher or his eyeball.
That's what I mean. I thought they were out to go find out who killed the Watcher, but it looks like they're on a completely different mission now because it has nothing to do with the eyeball, obviously, because the Avengers found the guy that has the eyeball.
And then there was the whole part with Punisher and Doctor Strange, and they were in some weird dimension. The Punisher finds a bullet in some weird dead monster, god, creature or something. And it somehow all has to do with the Watcher. They're just not telling you what. So it's like all this stuff's happening. It's like, okay, here's some guys over here. The main thing was the Avengers on their sort of mission. There's like Nick Fury and they have the mindless ones. That was cool.
That was neat.
The art was really good, especially like the city stuff. Like you have the car like flying over the city, like breaking out of the panel. Has Lola, or this one's not called Lola, what's her name? Betty?
Betty.
I don't know if they've been in the comics before S.H.I.E.L.D. Just because I'm kind of getting back into the Marvel universe. But if anybody knows, let us know in the comments. Were these car thingies in the comics before Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show? Because I like them a lot.
Well, there was a part where White Nick Fury said, "You were my favorite," so I'm guessing there's other ones before Betty.
It definitely ended on a higher note than issue 1.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm more interested to figure out what the hell is going on than I was before, but I just feel like there's a lot that was going on. There's like some blink and you'll miss it moments, like there's one of the mindless one things, and it looks like it turns into the Thing. Did you see that?
Yes.
I didn't notice that at first when I first read through it, but then I was going back, looking through everything. I was like, wait, what? Why is this happening? Explain yourself.
Yeah, I had to go back because I thought maybe I missed something, so I reread it and I was like, no, I guess I didn't. So I'm excited to see what's going on with the mindless things. There's only 8, so there's 6 more to go.
Yeah, so there's only 8 issues of this, but it's spreading out into other titles in the Marvel Universe. It's not bad, just a lot of ideas in one thing. Kind of have to go over it again after you read it to let everything sink in. So, recommend? Don't recommend?
I like it. I recommend it. I think you should. And if it's going to part off into other comics, new comics, then yeah, I would stick to it. That way you're not lost if you start reading those other comics.
I would also recommend.
Next is The Amazing Spider-Man number 2. Peter Parker obviously just woke up after being, I'll say, possessed by Dr. Ock. They kept calling him in here, Dr. Octopus. I'm not a huge fan of Spider-Man comics. He's so corny and dumb, it kind of annoys me.
Yeah, his jokes and like sense of humor can definitely get irritating after a while, unless you're into that brand of humor.
Yeah, I don't know. I might keep up with it for another one just to see where it goes, but I don't know. I think my favorite part is when Anna Maria comes in and she was trying to get some privacy because she just found out, you know, what is really going on. She has been dating Dr. Ock and not actually Peter Parker. So to clear the room, she says, "I'm pregnant."
Yeah, I was like, what? Because for a second I was like, no.
I believed it too, but then the chick was like, all right, I'm out of here. And she's like, I'm not really pregnant. I was just trying to get her out. So I'm gonna use that from now on. When I need time alone, I'm gonna be like, look, I'm pregnant, get out. But I don't know, he's kind of annoying. It's an okay story.
Cats.
I'll read a few more to see if I can get into it, see where it's going with the Human Torch.
Yeah, I hope they have him in because they teased him in the first issue. Mm-hmm. They showed him, he was at a bar and he saw Spider-Man on the news. So I feel like something is going to happen there.
So I'll read a few more, see if I can handle him being annoying. I don't know. I know, a lot of people like Spider-Man. I just can't handle it. I like the movies.
Yeah, it depends on who's writing him because humor's a hard thing to do. There was only a few moments where like I legitimately thought they were funny, but then some it was just like corny. Like there's a whole thing where in the first issue he makes himself kind of a web diaper because he doesn't have pants. and he's running around New York completely naked except for his mask and a web diaper. But when Dr. Octopus was in his brain, he created a new web formula, and it lasts way longer, so he has this web diaper stuck on him, and he doesn't know how to get out, and he has to pee. So like there's some like silly stuff like that. The big thing with this is in issue one was sort of more anthology, like there was a lot of little short stories, and one of them was Electro kind of causing some havoc at a prison, and so this story carries over into the effects of that. And we also see some more of the new villain being teased, where apparently when Peter Parker was first bitten by the spider, that same spider bit another girl. And we haven't really fully been introduced to her yet, but she seems to be reviewing Spider-Man's like battles on tape.
Yeah, and she knows it's Peter Parker.
Yeah, and she knows it's Peter Parker, so she's gonna come soon. So I'm kind of gonna stick with it until all that happens, because that sounds really exciting.
Yeah.
And also the way it ends with Peter Parker saying he basically wants to make a prison for all the supervillains, because there really isn't one. And the whole Electro prison fiasco from the first issue kind of sparked that in his mind.
But he's also saying he wants to depower them. That's kind of rude.
Well, he said depower Electro, because Electro's kind of out of control.
I guess.
From, I guess, experiments that Doc Ock did on him. But overall, I love the art. It's Humberto Ramos. He's one of my favorite artists.
The art's good.
The art's super good. Very expressive. He's like a love it or hate it artist. Some people cannot get into him at all.
I like the chick though. I want to see what she's up to. The villain that just escaped from prison. I completely forgot her name.
Oh, Black Cat.
Black Cat.
Yeah.
I like her outfit. But yeah, I'll stick with it a few more. It was just a I guess, for me.
Yeah, if you're a Spider-Man fan, it's kind of a no-brainer. Definitely stick with it. Third pick, Saga number 19 from Image. This is possibly my favorite comic out right now. I love the cover so much. It's so simple, and it kind of calls back to this thing in the Saga universe where people watch TV differently. They put on virtual reality helmets, and it puts them in the audience so they can kind of heckle the performances. And it's like bad daytime TV. It's like soap operas meets wrestling meets superheroes. Like there's love triangles and they fight with superpowers and have costumes. But if you haven't been reading Saga, the first 3 trades are out. Each trade has 6 issues, so it goes up to issue 18. So that's a great way to catch up to 19. And the first trade is only like $5.60 something on Amazon right now. We'll put links down there and the blah 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 blah. Saga kind of has a thing where they like to have a shocker of a first page. We cannot show you this first page, but it's very graphic. It is a robot TV-headed baby coming out of its mother's vagina. So you see vagina, butthole, all that good stuff.
I like to catch up on my reading at work. This is one thing you cannot take to work.
Nope.
Unless you work in an office with the door you can lock.
Yes.
I work at a cubicle and I'm in the middle of a busy aisle. Cannot take it to work.
You only read the first trade, so you kind of have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, the baby popping out of a vagina surprised me. I don't think I knew she was pregnant either.
No, yeah, you didn't know. So, and you don't know what happened with like what's going on with her husband right now.
All right.
So this is the first issue back from a brief hiatus. They do 6 issues. They take a break for a few months and then they come back. The last one, they did sort of a time jump. The whole story's been told from the perspective of this girl right here. It's about her parents. They're from 2 different warring planets and they fell in love. They were both soldiers of the war, so their love's considered treason, and both sides of this war want them killed along with the baby. So they've fled to this kind of impartial planet that has no stake in the war, and that's kind of what this issue is all about. So with all these issues, you've kind of you meet the main characters, and they're kind of risking like their lives for their love and for their family, and all this shit goes down. People are being sent to kill them left and right, and so this issue is finally them. It seems like they've established somewhat of normalcy, and the mom is taking up a job as a performer on this thing called the Open Circuit, and that's that virtual reality weird entertainment thing of the future. She can do this because she wears a mask, not a mask, but she wears an outfit. Yeah, she does wear a mask.
Yeah.
She wears a mask and a wig, so it kind of hides her identity while she's right there in plain view in the public eye. And it's about how she's kind of supporting the family. The dad can't do much because his race, they have horns and very distinct faces, like features.
He can't really disguise himself well.
Yeah, so he is kind of stuck at home and taking care of the kid. And this whole time, you know, 18 issues of like being with this family and like kind of rooting for them to not die. Spoiler alert, it ends with just a page of them all like hugging, and it ends on this really like high note where you're like, oh, everything's good now. And it says, this is the story of how my parents split up. My feelings were hurt, but I'm excited. There's a lot of feelings involved in this book. It's very good. This is like Game of Thrones meets Star Wars is what a lot of people refer to it as. I highly recommend it. Would you recommend it?
Yeah, because I read the first trade. The first trade was good. I just never... I forgot.
I forgot.
Just forgot to read the rest.
Pick it up. All the trades. Link down there. If you had to rank the 3 we read.
That'd be my second, third, first.
Okay, I'm gonna go third, second, first. So what did you guys read this week? What are you looking forward to next week? Let us know down in the comments. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, all that noise. I'm brownkidd, aka Robbie.
And I'm YaYa.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.